Yup, finally! I got to test the Huawei P30 Pro and I'll answer every single question that you asked me during my first impressions video, and I'll share everything that you guys need to know about this phone, so keep watching. Hey, what's up guys, Adam Lobo here and you're watching Adam Lobo TV. If you guys are new, hello and welcome. Do consider subscribing to this channel as I release videos every single week, sometimes twice a week or even sometimes 3 times a week. And if you're returning as a subscriber, welcome back my friends. Now, since I've done the unboxing during my first impressions video, I'll put a card right above this video for you guys to check it out. So let's dive in straight to the specs. Now going over to the phone specs, the P30 Pro comes with the Kirin 980 chipset with the Mali G76 MP10 GPU. It is coupled with 8 gigs of RAM with either 256 gigs of storage or 512 gigs of storage. It comes shipped with Android 9 Pie with EMUI 9 skin, and it has IP68 dust and water resistance and Bluetooth 5.0. Now as for the available colors, there are 3 colors for you guys to choose from here in Malaysia. The one which I have is the Aurora, and then there's Breathing Crystal and also Black. Now as for the phone's build at the back, is of course made of glass since it is a flagship phone which has wireless charging with a glossy aluminium build at the sides. Now both on the right and also on the left side is quite curved, and it had a flat bottom and also on top, which is something very unique to the P30 Pro. So overall it had a really nice feel on the hands, but it can be quite slippery when putting the phone in your pocket. Now all the 4 cameras are arranged in a vertical position with a tiny little bump to protect the device camera, and like the Mate 20 Pro, it comes with an in-display fingerprint sensor, and although it is not an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, but it's also quite fast as well. Now as for the ports and buttons, looking down below, there is the SIM card and also the nano memory card slot. Then there's the USB-C port and a single speaker grill. So it does not have a full stereo sound, although there's a mention of the acoustic display of the sound coming out from the screen. And then looking on the right, there's a volume rocker and also the power button, where if you press and hold the button for about 2 seconds, it calls out Google Assistant. And on top there is the IR blaster, and unlike the P30, there is no headphones jack. Now as for the screen, it has a 6.47-inch OLED screen, and although it is not Super AMOLED, it looked really nice. And there is a dewdrop display for the front camera placement, and the screen comes with a resolution of 1080 by 3040 pixels, which makes it easier on the battery, and the 88+% screen to body ratio. Now watching videos on YouTube was really nice, and it does blend very well with the dewdrop display. But I was really surprised that I could not play Netflix on the device, and according to the Play Store, the app was not compatible with the device, which I found it quite strange, and I hope this problem goes away. Now as for the phone's camera specs, having the highest DxOMark score of 112, there are 4 cameras in total. One which is a really huge 40 megapixel f1.6 aperture wide angle lens, a 20 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide angle lens, and a unique 8 megapixel f3.4 periscope lens, and then there's also the time of flight or TOF camera as well. Now pictures on the phone indeed really look good. So yes, it does prove to be a really good smartphone camera. The daylight shots was really amazing with nice color reproduction after taking the shots. It was even really good under direct sunlight and even indoors with just the right exposure and shadow details, with the sharpness of the pictures also looking perfect. And of course the main highlight of the phone, which has been talked a lot, is the 50 times zoom, where you can zoom your pictures up to 50 times. So here's where it looks on a wide angle, and here's how it looks on a 50 times zoom. And for me, it is a great feature to have, but it's not something which I find it necessarily usable, as you really need a very good amount of light, and even if your hand is at the most stable position, it can be a bit hard for you guys to focus. So I will stick to something like the 30 times zoom, where the images were a bit more usable, but I really do like the macro shots. So yes, Blondie Dip, there's your 50 times zoom images and Ibrahim Rashidi on the picture samples. Now due to the TOF camera, portrait mode was really good, not only for taking photos of a person but also for objects as well. And like other Huawei devices, Having started in night mode for phone cameras, the night shots were nice, but in my personal opinion, I wish that the night shots were not too bright because sometimes the shots taken at night looks almost like it was taken during the day due to its high exposure adjustments. But again, that's just my opinion. Now, as for the front camera, it has a huge 32 megapixel f2.0 aperture, and like the rear camera, the pictures for the front camera was really nice, both for the regular selfie and also the portrait selfie with a very nice edge detection. Now, as for the phone's video taking capabilities, it was really good as well. There's even a really nice bokeh for video mode where it can record at UHD 4K 2160 up to 30 frames per second, and the image stabilization was really nice even when I was moving really fast, where it looked like I was on a gimbal. Then as for the front video camera, it records 1080p up to 30 frames per second and also a very good image stabilization. Now, as for the phone sound quality, as mentioned, there's just a single speaker grill below, and to me I could barely hear the sound coming out from the display, where I really had to put my ears really close to the display to really hear a sound. So I wouldn't say that that is a stereo sound, but overall the sound did sound quite good. And here's a quick sound test. Now, as for the phone software, it is shipped with Android 9 Pie with the EMUI 9 skin. Instagram integration is slowly getting better for the EMUI, where there aren't any issues with the audio and video syncing, which was really nice to know. But one issue that I face is that sometimes I don't get alerts from my smart home cameras or IFTTT smart commands, as the EMUI software does aggressively close apps where it uses high battery consumption. So for me, I did find that a little bit of an issue, but if you guys are looking this device for non-smart home related apps, it's totally fine. Now, speaking of saving the phone's battery, the phone comes with a huge 4200 milliamps of battery, and it is indeed a smartphone flagship battery king, since it does shut down background apps, where during my heavy usage of the phone, I got a total of 7 hours and 5 minutes of screen on time when the phone was at 10% battery, where you can easily get a day and a half of battery usage. And what's great is of course the Huawei supercharger, where the charger is of course included in the box, where you can get up to 70% battery close to 30 minutes. And since the phone is indeed a flagship phone, there was no problems playing high graphic games like Asphalt 9 and also PUBG on high settings, and there was absolutely no heating up issues on the phone. Alright, in conclusion, the Huawei P30 Pro is a perfect phone if you guys are looking for a phone which has an amazing camera and a really good battery. Personally, for me, I do not use the 50 times zoom at all, but it is a great feature to have. And if you guys don't use any smart home apps like me, and you just need a phone where the battery lasts really long with a really fast charging time, then this phone is for you. Now, as for the phone's price here in Malaysia, the 8GB RAM with 256GB storage variant is going for 3,799 ringgit, and the higher 512GB storage is going for 4,399 ringgit. Alright guys, with this, do let me know what you guys think of the Huawei P30 Pro down at the comment section below. Will you guys get it? Aside from that, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give this video a nice big thumbs up. Like, share and subscribe to Adam Lobo TV if you haven't done so. Don't forget to hit the bell icon just next to it to get notified for my future videos. Thank you so much for watching. This is Adam Lobo, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.